The iPhone 7 and 7 Plus are this year's new iPhone series, and to a lot of people, these phones might seem a bit of a disappointment. After all, it's the first non-S iPhone series that doesn't have a huge visual upgrade or redesign. If you're wanting the big redesign, there are rumors you might be getting one next year, the anniversary edition, with a full glass display. The only differentiator then between the 6, 6S, and 7 series is the antenna stripes on the back changing. The cameras also do look a little bit different, with the 7 Plus having the 2 camera sensor and a wider camera on the back, and the 7, regular 7, just has a bigger circular camera. The main upgrades for the iPhone 7 series are the A10 Fusion chip, a redesigned pressure sensitive home button, new stereo speakers, a brighter and more color rich screen, a camera upgrade, and faster internet speeds. The phone is also water resistant, finally, although I'm not going to be throwing it in the toilet for this review. To top it off, the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus rock iOS 10 and now 10.1 beta if you want the depth of field camera effect. iOS 10 is a great iOS achievement. You have a lot of application upgrades and fun visual improvements with the new integration of iMessage apps and other features. For this iPhone 7 Plus review, I'll be reviewing the iPhone 7 Plus Matte Black Edition. The iPhone 7's home button is a pressure-sensitive home button, similar to the technology used in MacBook Pros. You can set the setting you want from the home button settings, and it gives you 3 options. I prefer option 3, which is the most clicky option. At first, it's strange using the new home button, but after a while, the small vibration and clickiness of the home button feels fun and exciting to use. The haptic feedback does an excellent job of making the device feel brand new and interactive, and I want to see more apps that start taking advantage of this. There are a few, and I've noticed it in a couple apps, and it feels really cool. I think one app that I noticed it in is a news app where if you scroll down, it kind of vibrates your thumb. Coming from an iPhone 6, the speed in the iPhone 7 Plus is extremely noticeable. Using Siri is insanely fast without the noticeable delay from before, which makes me use Siri even more. I used to not like using Siri because it just seemed inefficient, and sometimes it just felt faster to actually go in and use the phone with text or direct input from your finger. Now, using the Hey Siri command works well too, and touch operation through the Touch ID is also very quick. The phone unlocks and performs every task almost instantly. This is one of the most noticeable things about the phone, how quick it is, and how quickly you can start using it. Whether you are launching a game, loading an app, or switching between tasks, you'll experience very little downtime. Using the phone just feels so much more efficient now with the iPhone 7 Plus A10 Fusion. The iPhone 7 speakers are supposed to be 2 times louder, and I've found that they do get much louder than the other iterations of iPhones, but at max level, there is some noticeable distortion and lack of bass. Mainly it seems like the focus was to make them louder, and in that respect, they have achieved their goal. The sound sounds best around 75 or 80% volume, but they're really a good improvement from past iPhones, especially if you just wanted to be able to hear your phone's music or video in a larger room. Before, I would have the issue of not being able to hear my phone while I was eating or doing the dishes, but I find that's not really the case anymore, and even if the quality could be better at max volume, it's still a better experience overall. A lot of people are disappointed that the iPhone 7 Plus screen isn't AMOLED, and at first I was too. The screen looks mainly the same, but the brightness and clarity in picture and video are noticeable if not game-changing. The screen still looks great, and it looks even better on the iPhone 7 Plus's 5.5-inch display. Using the iPhone 7 Plus compared to a 6 is a welcome experience, and browsing Reddit and reading articles are very pleasant and always to read in any lighting condition, which can't be the same for most phones. Another defining feature of the iPhone 7 is the camera. The iPhone 7 and 7 Plus have 2 different cameras, and testing out the Plus camera is very satisfying. For the iPhone 7 Plus, you get zoom and depth of field. Zoom works well, and it's very fun to use in videos, and pictures look great when you need to get a subject with more detail that's far away. Additionally, the depth of field effect available in 10.1 beta is spectacular. You could get some truly impressive shots with great blur in the background, making your center object pop. Apparently, the second camera in the 7 Plus uses machine learning, and that's what gets that zoom effect in real time. Lastly, the low light performance is much better than previous iPhones. I've been getting some pretty good shots, as you could see here. Very dark, and it actually felt pretty cool looking out and seeing the phone brighten it up. Sometimes when it's low light but there's some other light interfering, I don't notice too much of an improvement from my iPhone 6's camera. But overall, the iPhone 7 Plus has taken iPhone photography another leap forward. This time you get some of the features you might in a $400 to $500 compact digital camera, and without question, it's one of the best phone cameras. One of the main reasons people get the Plus Edition iPhone from the iPhone 6 to 6S is that the battery life is a lot better than the normal standard model. In this case, the same thing is true. It took me considerable effort to drain it to 0% after my first day's charge. Battery lasted for a night, a day, and then another half day. With moderate to good use, you can expect 2 days and a day, and easily a day to a day and a half with heavy use. Overall, I don't really go to bed every night thinking, oh, I gotta charge my iPhone. Usually it's like, okay, and I could just charge it whenever I want. Keep in mind that I'm not going to the office, so if you have an office job where you're going to be spending all day away from the computer, you're going to have full charge in the morning. You come back home, you might be around 40% or so. So you might need to charge it again, but it's going to be great if you're going to be spending long nights at the office or if you're on vacation. Here's a conclusion of my final thoughts on the iPhone 7. Should you get the iPhone 7 Plus? My time with the iPhone 7 Plus has been a bit of a transition in a lot of ways. The new home button has its quirks, but I think the technology behind it is a step in the right direction, pushing forward build design even without a headphone jack. That's right. I didn't mention that, did I? Well, everyone else has been throwing a shitstorm, and the included dongle and compatible headphones and the upcoming AirPods have made me more excited for what's to come than mad about what I'm not missing. Whether you're on an iPhone 6 like I was, or wanting a bigger screen, or just wanting to experience the cool factor of the new home button, I don't think you'll be disappointed since the iPhone features are competitive with other phones out there. There's nothing crazy here, but sometimes that's better. There aren't any gimmicks here like the Note 7's iris scanner. The iPhone 7 doesn't really need that, but I think hyping up the iPhone 8 has stolen some of the iPhone 7's glory. It's polished, incredibly powerful, and it performs better than ever.